afternoon, everybody. I'm glad you could join us today. So let's get started. So today we are talking about iOS 17. And of course, iOS 17.3 is available. So that's the time that we think is good to upgrade your iPhone and your iPad to 17.3. So this is Go for Lunch for January 30th, 2023. Brought to you by GoFor Technology. I'm Roger Harmon, your host, and as always, we're here to make your technology work for you. So today is National Inane Answering Message Day. So you might recall, as you can see here in the image, the old time answering devices. The better ones had one tape for your outgoing message and one tape for your incoming message. And I always like to customize my messages with a little humor, like, I can't answer the phone right now, I'm surfing the Rito. Of course, that was a monsoon message. So let's talk about using a journal in a digital way. So the advantage of using a journal in a digital way is to have access to your journal anywhere that you have your iPhone. And of course, most of us have our iPhone with us anywhere we are. So a digital journal gives you the advantage of good security. Not only is it password protected, you can use your Face ID or Touch ID to unlock it, but it is also backed up. So you don't have to worry about anybody getting into your journal if you don't want them to. And it's searchable. Instead of flipping through a bunch of pages, you can search for a keyword and get exactly what you're looking for. And it's cost effective. You don't have to buy a bound journal and that nice pen to write in it. You can just use what you have. So when you're journaling using digital tools, you get some time-saving features, like it automatically puts in the date for you, and you can talk to it instead of write to it or text to it. So you can use voice dictation to quickly capture your thoughts in your journal. With the journal app, you can also add photos and activities and some other things that we'll talk about here shortly. And it gives you advantage of correcting your spelling and making typing legible, maybe more so than your handwriting. And of course, all these things add up to convenience of a digital journal. So let's talk about this new app that Apple has just brought out that is included in your operating system. It lets you write about small moments, big moments, and practice gratitude and improve your well-being by doing so. And it also helps a lot of people manage their stress, their anxiety, and depression. So here's what it looks like when you first open it up. It will tell you that you can write. Let's go back to that here just a second. So we'll go through those again. I went back too far. So okay. So what it looks like here is you can write about the day, add photos, places, and more. You have it locked up so it's private, and you can also schedule a time to remind you to write in your journal so it becomes a everyday habit. So one of the features of Apple's Journal app is suggestions. And so that will remind you of your experiences It intelligently groups things like outings, photos, workouts, and more into moments that you can add to your journal if you like. And you can add to your journal suggestions so it makes it easy to remember your experiences for the day. So here's how you turn on journaling suggestions. iPhone uses on-device intelligence to create journaling suggestions based on your everyday moments. And suggestions can help you reflect on topics you might want to write about. So you have two choices here. You can turn on journaling suggestions, and you can also customize those suggestions. So it really allows you to make it your own. So filters is another feature of the journal app. So you can quickly find bookmark journal entries and show entries with attachments. And then you can revisit and reflect on those key moments in your life. So this is what a journal entry looks like. And then if you click here on these three little dots, you get this drop-down menu where you can edit or you can bookmark a journal entry. So here is my first journal entry. I dictated it, and we'll see more of those. Then up here in the top right-hand corner is a little gray circle with three horizontal lines, and those are your filters. And that's how you can filter it by bookmark or attachments. So scheduled notifications are a really nice part of the journal to help you have a consistent journaling practice. So it reminds you to write on the days and the time that you choose. So here's how you set it up. You can click on each one of these circles, which represents a day of the week. So you don't have to do it every day if you don't want, but you can if you do. So it helps you to get in the habit at a certain time of the day and write in your journal. So let's see how some of this works on the iPhone. So we're going to unlock our iPhone here and share it with you. So there's the iPhone. So I don't have journal on my home screen, so I'm just going to search for it by swiping down in the center between the icons, typing in JO, and there it is. You can see it in the top right as a unique icon. So you can see it did Face ID, so that's again the privacy. It unlocked it only for me. And so it's giving me some highlights from my photo memories here. And so down here, here's my journal entry from a Monday. So I walked on the beach, and then if I tap on the outdoor walk here in black, that shows you my path. The fact that I walked half a mile, I was out for 37 minutes because I was stopping and watching the sunset, and I burned 74 calories. So to get out of that, we tap on close in the upper left-hand corner, and there we are. So then again, here's my first journal entry. So let's enter a new journal entry by hitting the plus sign at the bottom of the screen. So there it is. There's our new entry. So we can, so it's telling us where we are located, and you can add people that you've had contacts with. You can add workouts, and then here are the suggestions. Who is someone who can always make you laugh out loud? So you could reflect on that. Here are my last 4 workouts, and then here's some highlights from my photo app, and then here's some other reflection ideas. Think about the last time you made something. It could be a meal, art, or a project. Recall the details of what you made. And then the last suggestion is what's a good piece of advice you've given to a friend this year. So if I go back up here, I tap on new entry at the top of the page, and then I can start writing. I can actually take a picture and add it to the journal entry, a live picture. So I'm just going to hit the microphone at the bottom right hand corner. Doing Go for Lunch today, and then attending to some chores afterwards. It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Period. So now I'm going to click on Done. I guess I should click on the microphone first to stop the dictation. Now click on Done in the upper right hand corner. And there is my journal entry for Tuesday, January 30th. There's those three dots so I can edit it. So right now, if I wanted to get rid of the excess information there, I can select and just put a period right there, and now I'm done without the excess. So that's how easy it is to do a journal entry. So to set up the different ways you can do the journal, I've already searched in my settings here for journal. Tap on that so I can control my location. I can control my photos. I've got Face ID turned on for security. I've got it set up so it'll refresh in the background. Here are how to control the journaling suggestions. So here are privacy settings, so you can turn any of these off. I have activity, media, contacts, photos, and significant locations all turned on. And here's an interesting feature. You can prefer suggestions with others. So you can prioritize suggestions that include moments you share with your contacts or large groups. And then you can also allow others to detect you are nearby to help prioritize their suggestions. So if you're close to somebody else with a journaling app, then they can get a suggestion about doing something with you. So that's how that works. So currently the Journal app is only available on the iPhone running iOS 17.2 or later. Now there have been some hints when people have been looking into Apple's code that it will be coming to the iPad and the Mac, but Apple has not made any official announcement as to when that may occur. So there is an alternative app called Day One, and it is free, but it's only free on one device. If you want it to be available on more than one device, then there's a $35 a year subscription. So let's look at the alternative here, Day One. So we're going to click into their website. And we're going to look at the features. So it's simple to use on the iPhone. This is what your entry screen would look like. And then you can have unlimited number of text entries. So you can see here's the most recent entries by the day of the month. Then an interesting feature that Day One has is you can have multiple journals. So you could have a journal that was your personal journal. You could have a trip journal. You could have a journal just to talk about gratitude. You could have a workout log. You could have a journal for a hobby, say. So lots of different possibilities there. And then you can also format your text if you want to have bold, or if you want to change the font, we change the spacing, you can do that. So It also has automatic backups, and it has end-to-end encryption, and you can also export the information. Now, as of now, there's no Apple way to export the journal app entries. And then, of course, you have your secured way of unlocking your journal. And you can bring in unlimited photos and videos. That's only in the premium version. And you can even import things from Instagram. You can also draw inside Day One, and you can bring in audio files as well. So it has got a lot of features. You can start an entry on one device and finish it on another. And you can use it on your Apple Watch. So you can click New Entry in the blue here, click red for record, and you can actually make a journal entry from your watch. And of course, it will transfer your voice to text. And you can also share your journal entries by email if you so desire. So they also have filters that include by place, by photo. You can also use tags, and then you can look at your map view, and you can even create a printed book that takes all your journal entries and makes them into a book. So you can see here there are lots of features here that allow you to journal in lots of different ways. So that is Journal, the app, and the alternative. Again, there are other alternatives. When you go to the App Store, you'll find more different publishers with journal apps that do work on all of your Apple devices. So you can look through those, but the Day One has received Apple Design Awards, Apple App of the Year Awards, and so it is kind of regarded as the best in the field. So if you haven't already, please type your questions in to the YouTube section there. And do me a big favor and share the GoFor Gazette, which comes to you every Monday morning at 7 o'clock with anybody you know that uses Apple devices. So let's see what you have to say. Okay, I see that Mary is here and Bob Wood has joined us. And thanks, Leslie Ann. I do have an interesting life, that is for sure. So any questions about the journal? How many people do journaling right now? Let me know in the comments. Also, I didn't show it to you on their website, but Day One also has bound journals, paper journals too, and they will synchronize with the digital journal. So you can have the best of both worlds if you like. You can do your digital journaling, but if you want to just kind of a techless time, maybe you would go on vacation and leave your tech at home. You could take a book, a journaling book, and handwrite your journal, and then you can get that to be synchronized back with your digital journal. So something for everybody. Okay, so David has a good question here, what about privacy? What should you not journal? Well, the privacy is as strict as you want it to be. It automatically defaults to requiring Face ID or a password or a passcode or Touch ID, depending on what device you're using to get into your journal. So nobody else can get into your journal except you. So the privacy is great, and it is also backed up and encrypted in the cloud, so you won't lose your information. So Leslie Ann had a diary in her teens with a lot of angst. So again, as we mentioned in the presentation, a journal is proven by mental health professionals as a great way to work through any situations that you're involved in. The act of writing it down sometimes gives you clarity. So a good reason to start journaling, and there you have it. So I think next week, preview of coming attractions, we're going to talk about the new operating system for the Mac, which is Sonoma. It's at 14.3. Again, the .3 magic number. So if you've been wondering, should you update to Sonoma, now is the time. So we'll continue our series here on iOS 17, but we'll intersperse it with some information about the interesting new features in Mac OS Sonoma 14.3. So if you have any thoughts afterwards, you can contact me by email or telephone. Those will be coming up here at the end. So thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next Tuesday at high noon for Go for Lunch.